feel like I'm failing at so many different things. I feel like I'm failing as a mother. I feel like I'm failing as a business owner. I feel like I'm failing as a content creator, a partner, a friend. Like, I just feel like I'm failing in so many different parts of my life. And although I know that it's not true, you know what I mean? Like, I know that I'm giving it the best that I have. I know that I'm doing the best that I can. It's just still hard not to feel as if I'm failing when I feel as if I have no control over anything in my life other than just me waking up in the morning.
I need you, yeah, I really do. Tell me what to do. Tell me what to do. Tell me what to do. All I know is hit them all and see what damage I could do. I give you the world, but there's other planets too. And I need someone to be patient with me. Someone to get money with, not take it from me. But they don't even need to be as famous as me. I don't think I meet them at the places I be, but
hey, you guys, happy sunrise. I'm just leaving the gym. I know I probably look like I'm just completely over it, and baby, I am. Anyway, if you're new here, welcome. I apologize in advance because over here it's chaotic most times, but other times we dive a little bit deep. We get deep, okay? And I haven't really had like a transparent type conversation with y'all in a while, so I feel like this is what it's gonna be given, because I just haven't really been in the mood to like do vlogs and shit lately, you guys. I don't know, y'all. Like, I don't know if it's the retrogrades. I don't know if this is just me, you know, the ADHD or what, but like the past couple of days have been so overwhelming, like emotionally overwhelming, mentally overwhelming. And I've tried to like talk about this multiple times, but I can't really find the words to really speak on how I'm feeling in this moment. So I'm really just winging it. But I don't know, y'all. Like, I'm struggling low-key, and I feel like I don't know if any of y'all like have ADHD, or if you struggle with ADHD, or even if you just have like mental disorders or whatever like that. Like, let me know, you know what I'm saying? Like, we could talk about it. This is a safe space, you know. You could put it down in the comments and we can discuss. But like, for me, y'all, the past couple of days, like the past 2 days, I've had like mini breakdowns, and just uncontrollable as far as my emotions are concerned, which is very rare for me, okay? Like, that is very rare. Like, I'm not a crier, I'm a feeler, okay? Like, I feel intensely, I feel very deeply, but I'm not a crier, and I'm not against crying. Crying just doesn't come easily to me. Like, a lot of times I just feel like my tear ducts don't even work for real. If I'm being honest, y'all, because it does take a lot for me to actually get to the point of tears. And like the past 2 days, I've legitimately been struggling with my ADHD, y'all. And it's wild because I was diagnosed with ADHD when I was, I think, 18, maybe 18 or 19 years old. And they did prescribe me, you know, the medicine, and I never took it, okay? Like, because, and it's not necessarily because I thought that I didn't have ADHD. It was just more so like, I'm not a medication girl, okay? I've never been a medication girly. I gotta really be going through it for me to pop a pill. That's just how I am. And the way that my body is set up, I'm just very mindful with what I put in my body, okay? And that's like, you know, and that's not against anybody that, you know, takes medication and things like that. I was just not with the shits when they was trying to get me to take the meds. But back then, I feel like my ADHD was more manageable. And when I was doing research or whatever like that, I was noticing things that can spike your ADHD is like traumatic experiences, major life changes, and things of that nature. And after having children, my ADHD has been so, I get like uncontrollable would be an understatement, right? And it's not, I don't blame my children for that, but I'm just having a very hard time balancing life, because if you have kids, you know, nothing is nothing is regular when you have kids. It's very hard to stick to a schedule. It's very hard to like tend to other things outside of the children and things of that nature. So it's like I am genuinely, not all the time, but 75-80% of the time, I'm literally fighting for my life, drowning. And it's getting to a point to where I feel like my ADHD is damn near debilitating, because I cannot function without a schedule. You know what I'm saying? Like before children, my life is always chaotic, okay? I'm a Scorpio. It's just, we're constantly dying and rebirthing, you know? So I'm used to life changes. I'm used to life happening, you know what I mean? But I had more control over things, you know, like I was able to remove myself from triggering situations. I was able to remove myself from things that made my anxiety spike, right? I was able to, you know, come and go as I please, clock in on somebody's job if I chose to kind of get away from different things. And it's like, now that I'm a stay-at-home mom, I'm not clocking in on anybody's job, which I could change that if I wanted to, you know what I mean? But I'm not clocking in on anybody's job. And even if I was, I still don't have the option to just disappear when my anxiety starts spiking or when I start getting overstimulated, because we don't have a lot of help here. You know, I don't really have a tribe for real. Like there's select people that come around, you know, but like I don't have a tribe for real. So within saying that, I don't get to just go away. You know what I'm saying? Like when things start to become a little bit too much, or when I feel my anxiety rising, or if I start to get overstimulated or whatever like that, I can't just disappear. You know, like those are my kids. And I broke down the other night. Because I just feel, if I'm being honest, y'all, I just feel like I'm failing. I feel like I'm failing at so many different things. I feel like I'm failing as a mother. I feel like I'm failing as a business owner. I feel like I'm failing as a content creator, a partner, a friend. Like I just feel like I'm failing in so many different parts of my life. And although I know that it's not true, you know what I mean? Like I know that I'm giving it the best that I have. I know that I'm doing the best that I can. It's just still hard not to feel as if I'm failing when I feel as if I have no control over anything in my life other than just me waking up in the morning. And even that is out of my control, because any day, God forbid, I could drop dead. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't know. And then what's also kind of bothering me is I'm realizing that my son is very similar to me. He's very similar to me. He doesn't like big crowds. He gets easily overstimulated. We came to the gym yesterday and he cried for like 10-15 minutes straight before they had to call for one of us to come and get him, because he was just saying it was too many people. It was too many people in the gym. And because he's a Cancer, so his emotions are just so big, you know, like he just has big emotions. So I'm watching him and how he responds in everyday life. I just feel like I'm failing my kid too, because I actively see that his nervous system is out of whack sometimes as well. He doesn't do well with big crowds. You know, he doesn't do well with, like, he can voice how he's feeling, but his emotions, he allows his emotions to, like, take over, which most kids do. But it's like, how do I help him when I don't even really know how to help myself? And then, like, even with saying that, so many people look up to me, so many people come to me for guidance and for help and things of that nature. And then it's like, on one end of the spectrum, I understand why, because when you're somebody that is considered, I guess, like a guide or a leader or whatever the case may be, you have that title because you know what it's like. It's easy for you to speak to things. It's easy for people to relate to you because of your own trauma, your own story, you know, so on and so forth. So it's like, I'm not surprised that people look up to me, or people, like, you know, want to come to me for guidance or readings or help or advice or whatever the case may be. But then on the flip side, I feel like I'm failing them too, because it's like, I'm able to help everybody else, I can guide everybody else, I have the advice for everybody else, you know what I'm saying? But for the life of me, I don't know how to help myself when it comes to this, when it comes to, like, staying on top of my ADHD, or finding decent coping mechanisms, or to even help my own fucking kid. It's like, how I feel like an imposter sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, how am I helping all of these people? So many people reach out to me, you know, thanking me and, you know, referring me to other people and things of that nature. But then it's like, over here, I'm literally fighting for my fucking life, you know? And I'm obsessed with becoming better. I'm obsessed with healing. I'm obsessed with growing. I've always been that way. Like, I just always want to know how I can be a better person, how I can show up as a better person. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's another reason why I'm beating myself up so much, is because I'm just always trying to be better. I'm always trying to, you know, ascend higher. I'm always putting my best foot forward as far as, like, being a decent fucking human being. You know what I mean? So to be struggling, it's just like, y'all, I just feel like I'm failing in so many different areas of my life, and I don't know what to do about it. I don't know what to do about it. I don't know. And it's like, it's gotten to a point to where, like, I'm easily triggered, I'm easily annoyed, easily overstimulated. Like, at this point, it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much for my nervous system to get out of whack. It doesn't take much. And it's like, I'm really starting to lean towards medication, but I'm just afraid of how my body is going to react to the medication. It's like, I don't want to do that. I don't want that to be the last resort. But at this point, it's like, I don't know what else to do. Because I can't, y'all, I genuinely can't keep living like this. I can't keep showing up like this. I can't. I don't like the person that I am when I'm overstimulated. And, like, that's a natural thing. Like, that's a human, honestly, I don't even really feel like that's natural. It's just normalized, because that's the world that we live in. Is just constant. It's just so much going on, so many distractions. It's just like, this world just makes you overstimulated. You know what I mean? So I can't necessarily say that it's normal. It's just normalized. But I don't like this version of myself when I get like this. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm overly self-aware. So I don't like that, because I care about how I show up in the world. I care about how, you know, I show up for my children, how I show up for my clients, how I show up for, you know, my subscribers, my followers. You know what I mean? I care about how I show up for myself. So feeling as if I have no control over how I show up in the way that, you know, I'm perceived or the way that my actions are perceived. I don't like that. I'm very serious about my character. Like, if you know me personally, I am very serious about my character. I do not play when it comes to my character. You know, I don't play with, you know, how I'm perceived. Now, how somebody perceives me, that's on them, you know, but how I show up in the world, like, I don't play about that. Anytime anything is going on, like, I know I put my best foot forward. I know I was the most genuine, pure person that I could possibly be. So I don't ever really feel no type of way if people just don't like me. It just is what it is. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. But I just, y'all, I don't know what to do with myself. I feel like I've checked off every box. You know, I've done healing, and I'm always going to be healing. That's just the thing. You'll be healing to the day that you die. Like, I'm constantly healing. I'm constantly growing. I'm constantly learning. You know what I'm saying? Constantly building myself up in all of the ways. I'm pouring into myself in a spiritual sense, a mental sense. You know, I'm staying on top of my health. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I'm doing everything right, while simultaneously feeling like I'm failing at the same time. And I just don't know what to do about it. I don't know what to do about that. I'm tired of feeling out of control. It's just the best way to put it. I'm tired of feeling like out of control. And I know that I can't control everything. See, and I think that's another reason why it's just so hard for me to, like, figure this shit out, y'all, because I'm so self-aware. Like, I know I can't control everything. It's not possible. It's not possible. The only thing that I control is myself. But in this instance, I feel out of control. I feel like I don't even have control over myself, and it's sending me spiraling. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm spiraling because how, like, I don't want my children to pick up on this type of behavior. I don't want them walking on eggshells because they don't know if mommy's overstimulated. You know what I'm saying? I don't want them to feel like they can't talk to me, or they can't touch me, or they can't, you know, hug me or whatever because mommy's overstimulated. Like, I don't like that, y'all. Like, I don't like that. So it's just been very hard for me to show up in the world at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is why I've been kind of MIA on social media. Like, I haven't really been putting out any content on YouTube. I don't think I've posted a TikTok in like a week because I've just been in my head just trying to figure out like what I can do to better myself. I'm always trying to better myself, but in this instance, I think this is the first time where I don't know how to. Like, I don't know what to do. You know, I think this is the first time where I really feel like my hands are tied. And I don't know what to do about that. Because I refuse to let this shit beat me. I'm not built like that. Like, I refuse to let this shit beat me. Like, it can't have me. The same way depression couldn't have me. Like, this shit can't have me. ADHD can't have me. Like, I'm willing to accept that that's just a part of who I am. You know what I'm saying? But I just refuse to allow it to take over my entire existence. Like, it can't have me. I'm not built like that, you know? But at this point, it's just trying to figure out what I can do to just offset it, you know? It's been a hard February has been a hard month too, but March has just been very trying. You know what I mean? And I know like a lot of this is coming up due to like Venus retrograde. That's a whole thing. I ain't about to get into all that. But I'm struggling, y'all. And like I told y'all before, I'm trying to be more open and vulnerable with you guys because I'm not a closed off person, but I'm very private. you know, and I'm always gonna remain private. There's certain parts of my life that I would just not really expose like that. Like when it comes to my family, y'all hear my kids and shit running around in the background. Y'all hear me talk about my husband. Y'all see little cameos and shit like that or whatever. Even down to my friends. It's just certain things that I keep very near and dear to me. It's not a secret. It's just sacred. You know what I'm saying? So like, although I am an open person, there's just certain things that I'm not just gonna openly broadcast, because honestly, ain't nobody fucking business, right? But when it comes to stuff like this, I just feel like in order for me to know that I am a guide in this world in some way, shape, or form, and I'm meant to inspire others, I just feel like I would be doing myself a disservice as well as others if I didn't come on here and just be open and vulnerable about real life situations that I know other people would be able to relate to in some way, shape, or form, right? So this is me being open and vulnerable. This is me coming on here and like just speaking full transparency. This is me showing you that I don't have all the answers all the time. You know, I come on here and I give y'all these readings every Tuesday and I talk about life shit. I come on here and I'm transparent. You know what I'm saying? I'm on Facebook and I'm dropping like these, you know, affirmations and these positive posts and things of that nature. Like I show up in a light type of way, and you know, because that's just who I am. But at the same time, I don't always have all the answers, and I'm trying to come to terms with that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to know everything. I don't have to, well, I mean, I know that. Oh, see? You see? Overly self-aware. Like, I know that I don't have to have all the answers. I know that I don't have all of the answers. You know what I mean? But in instances like this, it just sucks. It just sucks not to have the answers at this moment in time, because I don't want to sit in this. Like, I don't want to keep sitting in this. I don't want to. But I feel like I have to, because I don't have the answers yet. And that's usually how spirit moves, you know? When you don't hear the answers, you just kind of have to sit and be still and just like accept and embrace what is. But not too much, because you don't want to get too comfortable. And honestly, I don't feel like I'm going to get comfortable, because I can't, like I said, I just refuse to live life like this. Not have control, not be in control, being easily triggered and easily overstimulated. You know what I'm saying? I just refuse to live my life like this, constantly anxious. It's gonna be a no for me. Like, it's gonna be a fuck no for me, dog. Like, it's not happening. But if I have to sit in this for the time being, okay, cool. You know, until I figure out what's next, that's fine. But yeah, that's the sole purpose of me hopping on here. I don't know who this is gonna help. I don't know who this, like, who's gonna watch this, or if anybody's gonna watch this. Honestly, I don't even know if I'm gonna post this shit. But either way it goes, I just felt called to talk about it on camera, whether or not this is just going to be my own little personal diary entry, or whether or not I upload this shit on YouTube. I don't know yet. We'll see. But I just felt called to do this because maybe, you know, it's healing for me to talk about it out loud. But if I do decide to post it, hopefully it'll be helpful, you know, to somebody else, and somebody will understand that they're not, you know, they're not alone. They're not the only one struggling with this or struggling with anything and just don't know what to do, or just don't have the answers, you know. But hopefully answers will come soon, babes, because I'm not a bitch that bows down easily. I'm not one of them, okay? I just refuse to let anything beat me. It's just not happening. So that's all, you guys. I'm getting ready to go home. I did have a good workout, but I need to get some food in my system. And I'm probably just gonna cry or read a book, or both. I don't know. But I love y'all. Thank you for listening and tuning in. And if you enjoy the vibes, I'm sorry that it was just such a downer. But like, if you enjoyed the realness and the transparency of it all, you know, subscribe. Okay? I hope y'all are having a beautiful week. I promise I'm going to try to get back on my Zoom next week, y'all. I know I've been slipping on my pimping the past 2 weeks with content. The week before we were sick, and then now this week I'm just, you know, dealing with some emotional and mental things. But I'm gonna try to get back on my Zoom, y'all. I am. I'm gonna try to get it together for you guys, all right? I got the content. It ain't edited, man. I just haven't been in this space to, you know, do that. But I'm gonna try. Because I can't stay here forever. Okay, enough chit-chatting, enough rambling. Love y'all. And I'll talk to y'all later, okay? Bye.